It's Lucy and Jeff going for walks and talk about banksters and Bitcoin and the apocalypse and stuff. It's Lucy and Jeff and tacos and kisses.
Lucy, how you doing today, Lucy? Oh, pretty good, just chilling out. I'm going for a walk with Luckhams. Here he comes, and we got a new friend. I don't know who she is, but she seems pretty nice. She doesn't seem to bother anybody. And we're just going for a walk and maybe have some tacos and give everyone kisses. Yeah, another beautiful day. Now we're with Lucky, Lucy, and whoever this dog is, but she seems really nice. We've got another dog down here. I don't know what's going on. It's pretty wild in Mexico. Not a lot of leashes in Mexico. Yeah, everyone's saying hi to Lucy. Anyway, I should get this started. Sorry. Like, I'd almost always rather just be hanging out with Lucy. Oh, we got a cool dog here. He's going skiing or something. This dog's seriously chilling. Lucy! Well, yeah, as usual, it's a pretty rough time here in Mexico. I'm gonna give you one or two stories now about things that have happened to me in the past and how it became a massive learning experience, and it turned out to be like a huge thing for me. But at the time, it was like almost suicidally bad. So this is very, there goes Lucky and Lucy. Oh, they're having fun. Yeah, it's a little cooler now. We're gonna go, I can do some runs with the Welcomes. Here we go, here we go. Yeah, we're just having a good time. Okay, so I've actually seen a lot of people like reading like the lunatics, they call them, which look up the definition of a lunatic, and this is what they call themselves. It means like a seriously deceived or dumb person or something. I'll put it on screen. There's a definition that's like that. It's like, yeah, that probably wasn't a good sign that you guys called yourselves that. But if you read through some of the comments, there's a lot of suicidal people. Even the Do Kwon guy, this is so bizarre, every part of it. So this Do Kwon guy who lives in Seoul, South Korea, was like the front man for this, and everyone like put their faith in it. Like, Do knows how to do this. It's like Bo knows, right? Do knows. Bo knows. I had no idea who this guy is, but his name on Twitter is Do Kwon. And apparently a lot of people in Korea, because they go nuts for these coins in Korea, they all know where he lives, and apparently people showed up at his house and like were trying to kill him like 2 days ago. So this is like almost like Briex, like just crazy, crazy, crazy story. And again, I just profit from it. It's amazing. So I'm gonna tell one quick story here about my very first stock trade ever and how I lost everything within 1 second. And how that actually launched me off to do everything I'm doing now. So I was working at a bank as a bank teller. The internet had just come out. And there was this guy, you can still probably look him up. He actually was known for securities fraud, all this kind of stuff. His name was George Chalikas. He's dead now. But when I first got on the internet in 1993, he had this like stock newsletter thing. And I didn't know anything about stocks. If I did, I would know. It's just like a pump and dump sort of a thing. He gets a bunch of stock in something and then he tucks it up and then he sells it all. That's basically how it worked. But I didn't know that, and he was an excellent writer. And so he wrote about something called Trellis Technologies. I don't know if we can even find something on the Wayback Machine from like the early 1990s about it, but it was a company in China that was going to make a muffler that took out a lot of the pollution from cars. And he was talking, and it was trading at like 10 cents. And he was like, it's going to $100, right? So I was a young guy. I was making about 15,000 US or 20,000 Canadian a year as a bank teller in Canada. My first sort of real job. And I got into stocks and I was so excited, and he's talking about this. And I said, man, he's right. This thing is gonna, it's 10 cents right now, but it's gonna go to like $1 or like $5 or $10. But I didn't have any money, so I went to the bank manager. I said, can I get a loan? And And he said, for what? And I told him. He's like, that's probably not a good idea. I'm like, yeah, just, give me the loan. So he agreed to 10,000 Canadian, which is about 7,000 or 6,000 US at the time, which is like half the money I made a year. So I sent it to the brokerage, and in Vancouver, where I lived, the stock market opens at 6:30 in the morning. So I wake up at 6:25 in the morning, so excited that I'm going to be rich from this Chinese pollution company. And looking back, it was at 1 cent like the week before. So it had already gone up like 10 times. Like, I didn't know anything about stocks. So it's at 10 cents on Friday. So it's Monday morning, it's about to open. And I talked to the stockbroker guy and I say, what's it at? He goes, holy cow, I've never seen so many bids on the Vancouver Stock Exchange in my life. There's literally 100 million shares being bid for right now at like 10 cents. And he said, when this opens, it's going to go like 20, 30, 40, 50 cents very quickly. And I said, okay, well, do whatever you got to do to get my 10,000 Canadian and buy it at whatever price you can as soon as it opens. So I'm on the phone. It's 6:30. Back then you had to use phones and stuff, right? It's 6:30 in the morning. And he goes, okay, it's open. He goes, oh man, it's locked up. He goes, oh, it's frozen, but it looks like it's going to open around 30 cents. And he goes, I don't know if you got yours or not. I'm like, please tell me. He goes, oh shit. And I go, what? He goes, they just halted the stock. And I said, well, hopefully you bought some, because they're probably halting it to announce this news that George Chalikas said is coming out. And it's probably going to open at like $1. I'm like, please tell me you bought it. He goes, just give me a couple minutes. So a couple minutes goes by. He comes back. He goes, holy cow, you're lucky. And I said, what? He goes, you were the last trade in at 10 cents. You somehow got it. The whole $10,000 at 10 cents. And I was like, yes, I'm gonna be rich. It never traded again. It was delisted as a fraud, as a scam. And so I lost the entire 10,000 within like 1 second of buying. So I actually had a girlfriend at the time, and we were living together, so it was kind of like embarrassing to me that I just lost like so much money. I didn't even know how I was going to pay it back. I was like, man, making $15,000 a year, this is going to take me like years to pay back. Like, what a disaster. I was really quite upset about it. But you know what I did, and here's the inspirational part, is I said, well, that was a huge learning experience. I'm going to learn way more about this stuff and basically try again, but be way smarter the next time. And that's what I did. And that's right around when I started Stockhouse, because I was interested in stocks and you couldn't get this information anywhere. And I ended up starting a $250 million company, basically because I just kept going with it. And I went on to like make a lot in stocks at the time, especially back in the 90s. So I'm just looking for Lucky. Hey Lucy, where's Lucky? I don't want to lose him. Lucky, wonder if he went to the other side. Lucky. Oh man, I gotta keep an eye on Lucky. Oh, there he is. I was worried about you, Lucky. Hey, he'll go anyway. He doesn't even know what's going on, really. He's kind of crazy. All right, I'm gonna hang around with you guys for a bit. So anyway, so my very first stock experience ever, I lost everything within 1 second. But I didn't stop, and it ended up, going on to do tons of things in stocks and the stock market and everything. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I've actually been out here for an hour and a half trying to do this. It's like pitch black. These cameras are amazing though, you can still see. Like for me, with these sunglasses on, it looks almost pitch black. Well, there's Lucy and Lucky. What do you guys think? Yeah, well, I think you did a pretty good job there, and I hope everyone's okay if you lost some money on cryptos or stuff like that. Just remember, just get back on the horse, learn from it, and build back better. That's what they say, right? And meanwhile, let's build back better with some tacos. And I'll give everyone curses.